Hi, everyone. This is Lisa Miller. I'm the territory manager for the Northwest for Baker Interiors brand. And we're just going to give it a couple of minutes just so everybody who wants to join us will have a chance to. So happy that you're with us today and excited to be able to share the Baker Luxe story with you. So we'll just give it a moment or two. Thank you. I'm here in our showroom in the Seattle Design Center, and it's a beautiful fall day. I hope you're all enjoying your day as well. We will get ourselves started, I think. Thank you. I'm going to be sharing a PowerPoint presentation with you. And this really was what was shared with us early on as training material when we were learning about the Baker Luxe collection by Baker. And we actually introduced this collection in the spring of 2020. And of course, we all know what happened in the spring of 2020. So this collection has been in our High Point showroom since the spring. And it was dressed at that time. And we did a wonderful video, a professionally shot video, which is on our website. So I would encourage you that if you haven't seen it yet, if you'll visit bakerfurniture.com, it's a 5-minute video and it takes you all through the Baker Luxe collection and it's wonderful. It'll give you a sense of the pieces and kind of the proportion, and you'll be able to see them in different lifestyle settings. So it's very worthwhile to be able to check out the video if you haven't seen it quite yet. So the pieces and that I'll be talking about had been in the works for about 1.5 years prior to us introducing them in the spring of 2020. And of course, fall 2020, October market was the relaunch of Baker Luxe and a wonderful new collection by Cara Mann. She did a collection for us for Milling Road about 2 years ago or so. And Milling Road, as we go forward, won't necessarily have guest designers. It's an in-house brand. It's kind of our eclectic starting price point. But we loved Cara Mann so much that she did a collection for us for McGuire, and that was introduced this year as well. And that's up on the website. So any of our new introductions are all on the website. Everything that we talk about today, you will be able to see on our website. And as a matter of fact, I'll share the screen with you right now. Let's see. I need my host to be able to let me in. Oh dear. Hang tight 1 second here, and I'll see if I can get them to do that for us. Oh dear. Sue? Can you please get in touch with Jennifer or Gina and tell them I need them to enable my screen sharing? Please, right away. Or else I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff and not sharing.
You're good. I'm sorry. I just got you set up. There you go. Sorry about that.
No worries. Okay, we should be good. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, let's see. We have it queued up here and we should be able to share. Get ourselves going here. View and full screen. Okay, I think we're in business. Thank you everybody for your patience. So the pieces that you're going to see have been in our High Point showroom, like I said, for the better part of the year, and the October market was all about Baker Luxe. So really exciting that we were able to have people back to High Point, North Carolina for market. And we had actually quite a few folks that did come back and spent some one-on-one time with them going through the collection and just showing them the beautiful space. So I hope this will wet your whistle and let you know what's new at Baker. This is a 90-piece collection. Like I said, it had been in the works for about 1.5 years. It really is wonderful, one-of-a-kind pieces, jewelry type items, lots of different materials. You'll see wonderful mixes and definitely pieces that you could pop into any kind of setting, be it a baker project that you're working on or anybody else's. They really are standalone, wonderful pieces. And the really great news right now is because of kind of that 6-month lag time, these pieces are actually available to ship now. Normally when we introduce a new collection at Baker, it's about a 6-month wait as we kind of catch up with production and our cuttings and such. But now we actually have these pieces ready to go. And if you order them, they will be shipping within our regular 8-week lead time, and Sue or David would be happy to write up that order for you. So enjoy as we go through the Baker Luxe collection. So part of what we did with the Baker Luxe collection was to develop 14 new finishes and veneers. And again, these are all unique to Baker Luxe, really beautiful and specific to certain pieces. We've got exotic veneers and beautiful plasters and leaves. We've got man-made veneers. I'll take you through just a couple of them. The platinum stree that you see there is a metallic dust finish. And then the white ebony is really unique and pretty. You'll see it on a couple of our accent pieces. And so real ebony is an endangered and restricted wood species. You can't get it any longer, but we've recreated it as a man-made designer veneer. So it's first created as a solid and then sliced for the beauty of the grain. Each piece is an extremely good royal cut of wood, and then it's dyed. It's then glued together in a pattern block and then sliced. A clear top coat is added, so it will not yellow over time. And again, you'll see it on a few of our accent pieces, and it's really a great little conversation piece. The veneers were discovered first, and then the pieces were designed around them. So they're all very unique. So in our modern, our modern gild that you see on the bottom right hand, there is a torn metal leaf. So again, we're working with true leafing techniques when we do a number of these finishes too. And then more of the finishes, the metals, we've got 5 new metals, different textures. The brass sheets are actually wrapped around forms, and you'll see that on one of our best-selling chests already is the Milanese, and you'll see that as we go through. It's really beautiful. And then the liquid bronze finish that you see as well is a lost wax technique. So it's metal poured into a cast for replication. So it gives you that wonderful texture. We've got an array of stone and glass. As usual, we're working with Murano glass, which is something that we do throughout a lot of our lighting, and we have a wonderful relationship with the artisans in Murano, Italy. So these are all genuine, true materials that are being used throughout this collection. We've got semi-precious stones as well. So pyrite, which is known as fool's gold, mother of pearl, which is an organic gemstone and is produced by some mollusks as an inner shell layer. So really pretty. Selenite is a crystallized form of gypsum. And then crystal is a type of optical glass. So really beautiful materials being used throughout the collection. And again, this is something that's very important to us at Baker, that we have authentic materials, that we are always fashion forward. We like to set the tone. You'll see pieces that have a reference to luxury travel. And of course, nature. Nature is always very important to us as we design new collections and go forward with any of our guest designers, or certainly in-house designs as well. So these pieces can easily be positioned around the home. We're going to go into bedroom first and talk about those. But a lot of this collection was inspired by 1970s modern pieces, either by travel. You'll see some that have a real reference point to jewelry, fashion, sculpture, art, and you'll see all of these kinds of hints of inspiration throughout the collection. So in our bedroom collection, you're seeing this beautiful new finish called Sterling, and this is on a figured English sycamore, which is really beautiful. This is a wood species that isn't commonly used. It's very unique, and it is really prized for its beautiful, highly figured curly veneers or fiddleback. The veneer kind of flips as you walk around the piece. It's really lovely. So we've got a number of different pieces to be able to work into the bedroom. And again, these are the pieces that are truly inspired by luxury travel. If you'll consider suitcases stacked one upon the other, that's kind of what we've accomplished with the Rosalie chest. And just again, a really nice size and scale of bedside piece. Both of those, the oval and the regular looking nightstands, have been great hits and certainly could be used anywhere in the home, not just in the bedroom. The couture dresser has, I always say this wrong, Eclipse. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Drawer fronts. So it's glass that is silver leafed by hand on the back. And then all of these pieces have beautiful cast bronze hardware. The pieces that look like luxury travel pieces have almost what looks to be a leather pull strap that you would have seen on luxury suitcases and such. And they're done in the hand cast bronze. Really pretty. And then throughout this PowerPoint, you'll see wonderful lifestyle shots and just kind of like little teasers of the pieces that we'll see in the next slide. So we're introducing 3 new beds. The Casanova is a fully upholstered bed with really beautiful curves. We've got the Adriana, which goes with the, marries up really nicely with the previous slide, all of the bedroom pieces. And again, this is in the figured English sycamore. And then we've laid up that veneer right way. So it's like a fabric. So it keeps the consistency of this beautiful veneer going in the same direction and color. Really pretty. And then the Allure bed is a really beautiful, it has a beautiful metal bed and extruded gold metal to be able to get the shape that we wanted. And then we go into our credenzas and servers. And again, 4 new pieces to be able to choose from. All have very unique characters. The Cura is a true white agate inlay on the front there, and then it's wrapped in brass. The Luminous server is has the pyrite on the front, so it's kind of a moody diffused mirror. And then the exterior of the case is painted in a graphite color, a lacquer graphite color. On the Maximus, we have a beautiful bronze and then walnut burl. And then the Nacre, we have a beautiful hand cut and laid by hand, mother of pearl, and then ecru lacquer. So there's thousands of pieces in this particular credenza or sideboard. And so the picture is a little bit fuzzy there, but it's really a beautiful piece. And then going into dining room, we've got some really, again, a real strong material story and very unique pieces. The Huxley, you can get that in a few different sizes. So we've got an oval shape and rectangular with the double pedestal. And the base is inspired by the inner workings of a vintage watch, the gears that you would see. The Adriana and the Adeline are in quartz and marble, and they are 48 inches and 54 inches respectively. So they could be a breakfast nook table or a beautiful center table. I've had one of our customers already order the Adrienne as a wonderful center table. I believe it's the smaller, the 48 inch. And again, the materials that you're seeing are really exquisite marbles, Italian marbles and quartzes. And here we have more of our dining room tables. The filigree, again, has a glass top. The top is a white back painted glass. So it's going to have some depth and interest to it. And then the base, of course, is that lost cast bronze. And then it's got a beautiful texture to it as well. The villa, we show here it as a double ped rectangular glass top table, but you can order it just one pedestal and have it as a 48-inch square. The marquee, again, it has a monolithic base. We've knocked off the edges, so there's no sharp point. It's a broken edge, and it'll hold up beautifully. It won't chip or anything. And then we also have it as the rectangular version. So beautiful marble again, and a real strong stone and material story being told. And then again, just a nice lifestyle shot of what those pieces actually look like. And then of course, we've got a wonderful assortment of dining room chairs. Baker Luxe has a little something for everyone as far as dining room chairs go. The lapel is really a unique, pretty chair. It's got a fully upholstered leg and then almost kind of that klezmos feel to it where it hugs you into the back of that chair, really pretty. The Declan, again, this is kind of a little bit of a nod to 1970s. For those of us who have lived through the 1970s, it reminds me of some of the fashion forward pieces that you would have seen there. But again, depending on what kind of environment you put it in, it could really take on all sorts of personalities. Very modern. The Luca is a really great piece, jewelry inspired with a bronze frame. Then it has a triptych of floating bolsters. So a lot of comfort on the back, as well as a lot of great look. The Isla down below has a very feminine form, almost like a cinched in waist. The Ace is a very modern take on a classic form. Again, kind of more or less speaking to that klezmos kind of style. And it features an eye-catching ribbed bronze collar, which I apologize, I can't really make out in these pictures. And then it's got a very geometric winged silhouette. The Nora is a great little chair. It's a modern take on vintage and could speak very easily to a casual lifestyle as well as being very dressed up. It features tapered and turned front legs and a graceful profile that is a wonderful nod to vintage. And then the last but not least is one of my favorite chairs is the Stiletto. So we have sharp, slender lines of like a stiletto heel would be. Really pretty metal legs, and it's perched up on those legs, and it's got a very plush seat, and then the slim bronze leg make it a really pretty silhouette. And then adding to that, we've got wonderful counter and bar stools that are available. Again, the lapel series done in a counter and bar stool. And then the Infinity, you'll see that as a bench. So again, up on bronze legs, really pretty filigree kind of edging there, and counter and bar height. And then we have a wonderful lifestyle shot of some of the mirrors that are part of this collection. So we'll take a better look at those in our next one. We've got the wonderful Pixie floor mirror. This actually could be hung on the wall as well. So it's a classic dressing mirror, and then it's punctuated by a wonderful convex mirror up top there. The finish is a stippled finish. And then we have the Eclipse Mirror, is covered in walnut burl. We have the Pearl, which is an alabaster, again, reminding you of a string of pearls, but done in a beautiful alabaster spheres. And then the Chloe is all mirror, and the form was inspired by a petal shape. And here we go into some of our occasional pieces. And again, a nice lifestyle shot of occasional. One of my favorite cocktail tables that have been introduced is the Freeform, and we will have this on the Seattle showroom floor. And I'll just mention real quickly, as I'm recalling here, the pieces for the Seattle showroom are on their way, and we're hoping to have a full installation of the Baker Luxe probably by the end of November, early December. We will have at least 3 rooms of it, so we'll have a really great assortment for you to be able to see the different forms and be able to interact with the new Baker Luxe collection. And that's happening towards the end of November. We should have it installed. Pardon me, going back here. So the Freeform cocktail table is just a modern amorphic shape. We showed 2 of these together at the High Point Market, and it looked really great, very cool. We've got the pierced bangle cocktail table. This is a hand-carved cocktail table in the round, of course, and you can see there's texture on the top as well. And then the peacock, these are real peacock feathers that have been collected up, and then they're embedded in acrylic. So really beautiful. Again, that nod to nature, which is really lovely to be able to bring into a setting. A few more cocktail tables. The Lotus is one of my favorites. I think just the form and the proportion on it is really great. Up on slender brass legs and just a really soft waterfall curve to it. The Menlo is a nickel plated brass top and base, and it has optical quality crystal posts. So again, this is one I believe we'll have at least either this or the drink stand on our floor, so you can get a better sense of what that glass is all about, the optical glass. The Reese, again, just a great workhorse of a cocktail table size and scale and look, could be placed in any kind of living room, certainly. And it has the ruffles or ribbon used in fashion, and it has a lot of texture as well. The cylindrical is a really unique piece. It's a stainless steel with inlays that look like exotic veneers. And actually, we do have this piece on our showroom floor now. We have both the cocktail table and a side table in this cylindrical series. Really wonderful. And then the agate, I've actually had placed a couple of orders placed for the agate cocktail table. And again, this is very fashion forward. Agate is used very extensively in jewelry. And we've laid it up in a very geometric pattern. And there's a little bit more gray tone in there for contrast, and it's done up in an acrylic. And so those are actual slices of agate that form the pattern and laid up in the acrylic. Really pretty shot of our spot tables. We always have wonderful spot tables at Baker Furniture, and Baker Luxe is no exception. So we'll take a peek at those a little bit more closely. Again, much like the Lotus cocktail table, we've got a wonderful side table. And here's where we really start to address the materials story. So there's wonderful materials being used throughout. We've got excuse me, I'm gonna stumble on this one, Arabescado marble being used. We've got that white ebony on the Parker and on the Shift accent tables. So that, again, that's that man-made veneer that we've really highlighted the grain pattern and then done it up in such a way that it's really unique at High Point Market. And in the video, if you'll take the time to watch that, you'll see the Parker, our wonderful person who does our showroom there. They did a couple of the Parkers side by side, and it looks really cool. It's very geometric, but just a great accent piece for not a lot of money. You've got the Pierce table, again, is that wonderful cast bronze. And then the crystal pieces, the cylindrical we already spoke to. So just a really wonderful material story. And again, not to overlook them, the Luna a small and then a large is in the Murano glass. So again, really beautiful materials being used throughout. Great little lifestyle shot of some of our consoles. And here we have, again, you can see how extensive this collection is and how there's a little bit of something for everyone. The Angelo console kind of replicates a modern fireplace. It's very bold in its look. It's the same on all sides and it's a heavy piece. So that is a wonderful solid Italian marble being used. Again, our wonderful Lotus with that waterfall shaping up on slender legs, slender bronze legs, really wonderful, a glass top. The fractal, again, is that wonderful cast bronze and has the texture. And then we have a floating acrylic box that pulls open so it acts as a true desk. You've got a little bit of storage. The reflection, I think, is going to get a lot of attention. This is, again, wonderful mirrored pieces put together. You have the option as well of doing a glass on the top to, again, lend some, I guess, stability or level if you wanted to use it as a serving piece. But it's just a really unique, wonderful mirrored piece, add a little bit of sparkle to a room. And then we've got the Reese, we saw the Reese cocktail table, and we've got this wonderful console table that has 3 drawers, and it's not terribly deep. If you have kind of a narrow hallway or somewhere where you want a piece that's not going to take up a lot of room, this would be a great piece. Lots of chests and credenzas. So we have the Hollis, which is has doors, and the case are silver leafed in a chevron pattern that is applied by hand, and the finished in a true lacquer. So the shelf floats through the whole thing as a single piece. And we have the Harmony credenza, which is, again, mirrors really beautiful reeded sides on it, as well as kind of that inlay of brass that you see. And it also is on those fronts inside the brass portions that you see outlined is the selenite. So selenite is our selenite that we get is sourced in India, and they are hand cut and pieced together. So again, that the fronts of those doors have a really pretty sparkle to them. And then we go on to the Cascade, which is a wonderful play of light and shadow. It has left and right facing doors, a couple of adjustable shelves with grommets. So really this could be a piece that you could easily use as a media piece, or certainly in an office, very easy to work with. The Facet Chest is one of my favorites. I think it's really a unique, lovely piece. And that is one of our items that is a brass wrapped. And then it features playful pyramids of brass executed in an irregular pattern. So there's going to be, again, a lot of play on light with that piece, and just a really unique conversational piece. It was inspired by the metal studs found in fashion detailing. And then down below, we have the Milanese Chest. Again, that was one that I mentioned early on that has already started to come to the forefront as one of our best-selling pieces in Baker Luxe. And this is a really great scale, and proportion is wonderful on this chest. And it has a hand-woven metal lacework. And so it showcases different layers in an ornate jewelry-like texture. So there's different highs and lows to the front of that piece and different textures. And then the Jardin, the Bella, and then one we don't show. These are nature-inspired pieces. You see from the beautiful layup of kind of the leafing pattern. The one that's not shown is actually a beautiful tulip pattern. And we've interpreted these in both the plaster and in the metal. So again, really wonderful nods to nature, and giving you something that is really a unique chest that can be placed in really any room. We've got a couple of great etagères that are being introduced as well. The Camilo is in walnut, and the interior is in a torn white leaf. So again, it kind of glows from within. Really pretty piece. I think we have a couple of these side by side at the High Point Market showroom video, and it's really pretty. Again, gives you that vertical space in a room that sometimes is lacking now that we don't do armoires any longer. So a beautiful etagere is always a great addition to a room. And then the Infinite is a very unique piece as well. We've got the floating fracture detail, so that cast bronze with the texture is on the back there, the open back, as well as on the sides. So again, a really pretty jewelry piece. And then we've got a great lifestyle shot of our Runway Bench, one of our wonderful chairs. The Runway Bench has gotten a lot of attention as well. And again, these really wonderful bolsters that make up the top of the bench. It's up on solid bronze or brass. So it's a weighty piece. We've also got the Vogue Bench. And this is a piece that you can do by the inch. So we can adjust that size on it for you. It'll come at a standard size, but certainly we can adjust the size. There's the Infinity Bench and then the small Infinity as well. We saw those in the counter and bar height stools. So really a pretty offering of benches. And then upholstery, as we start to, we always, of course, introduce case pieces and upholstery when we do a collection like this. And of this size, we've got some really wonderful new upholstery that's being offered. Again, kind of playing on that lapel look that we had in our dining room chairs and in our counter and bar height. This is a really beautiful design for a lounge chair. So we've adjusted the depth, obviously, and made this a really wonderful, comfortable, almost barrel-shaped chair. And there again, it's got the upholstered legs. Next to it is the Tailor. And this is, again, just a really wonderful chair. It's up on acrylic legs and just has a lot of character, very modern looking. And you, of course, can do an ottoman with it too. The Lambert swivel chair. We are having wonderful success with some of our unique swivel chairs. We introduced one called the Bijou not too long ago, and it's gotten a ton of attention and is a really wonderful chair. Our beautiful little Dima chair that we have on our floor here at the showroom is a great chair that we sell all the time, and it's a wonderful barrel shaped swivel. And then the Lambert is no exception. Again, really unique piece. And then the Enzo is what we saw in some of the lifestyle shots. Really a pretty piece done with solid bronze arms and legs. Again, very modern in its take. And then we've also got our Derby, which is our take on a updated English arm style. Really comfortable, lovely upholstered lounge chair. And a few others. We've got the wonderful Sophie, could be a great bedroom chair, really pretty. And then the Arlo, again, really playing up those bolsters and almost kind of that Tootsie Roll look. Really great, very fashion forward chair. And then our Lola and our Georgiana, again, really wonderful lounge chairs that just offer a different look depending on kind of the application or the setting that you want to be able to use them in. So lots of different wonderful new lounge chairs that are going to be available through Baker Luxe. And then that wonderful freeform cocktail table in front of one of our new sofas. And then we'll see the sofas here. That was the Ashton. I believe we are going to have the Ashton and the Anton on our showroom floor here in Seattle. So you'll have a chance to be able to sit in those and be able to see them up close and personal. The Skylar is a very unique shape, and it was inspired by a hotel lounge kind of sofa. Really pretty shaping of those arms in the front. The Anton and the Ashton, again, the Ashton being inspired by Chanel. And any of these sofas you can also do by the inch. I'll just mention that too. So they'll come in standard lengths, I believe. Right away, we have a short sofa and a long sofa that are standard in Baker Luxe. And then we also will work with you if you want to customize those lengths and get them to be the length that you need them to be for your particular project. And then as we go through the next few slides, these are some of our wonderful marketing shots. We have the Baker Luxe brochure here at the showroom, and we are certainly happy to get one in your hands if you'd like to have your own copy. These marketing shots are taken directly from our brochure, and then certainly throughout any of our marketing that we're doing either on our website or throughout any kind of our editorial coverage, you'll see some of these beautiful images being used. And it just speaks to, again, the uniqueness of each of the pieces and how you can use them in a room, gives you a little bit of idea of proportion, seeing them in a setting, and kind of how you can live with them. A few other shots. There's a shot of that great runway bench. And again, just clean lines. We don't do a lot of fussing with the fabrics when we want to do our marketing shots. We really want the form to be able to speak for itself and let you be able to envision it in your own fabric and again, in the setting that you want to put it in. A bit of our bedroom. And there's our great Milanese chest with the Declan chair. Few others. And then just as I finish up, this is a little bit of a shorter presentation. And I really appreciate you being here with us to be able to take a peek at the Baker Luxe collection. But we also introduce textiles or fabrics whenever we do a new collection like this, be it, again, a guest designer or in-house designs, much like what Baker Luxe is. They're all in-house designs. We always do textiles, and Baker Luxe has 36 new fabrics, which we do have at the showroom. And I'll just mention as well, on any of the finishes that you've seen throughout this collection, we do have samples of those here at the showroom as well. So if you're wanting to get a better idea of what the ebony finish was all about, or some of the metal finishes, or certainly some of the marbles or stone, we do have those here at the showroom for you to be able to see and interact with and get a better sense of what those finishes are like. And so we have the fabrics out separately right now, so you can also be able to view those when you come to see us. So the fabrics really are very textural, and we've got some great kind of colors going on. You can see that we're really speaking to the black and white story. It's a very strong palette in the black and white, and very bold contrasts and great patterns. And then this is just a shot of some of the other subtle fabrics and how they interact with the finishes that are being offered in Baker Luxe as well. We've got subtle luster and matching kind of levels or fabrics to complement the finishes. We've got some heavily textured fabrics, boucles and chenilles. We've got pattern designs that are reflected in the crackle. And then some modern and very graphic fabrics as well. So the warm itself used in this textile offering is warmed up, so it's going to blend really well with golds and with grays. So a really pretty addition to our fabrics. And of course, any of our fabrics are not unique to just that collection. So you can use the new 36 Baker Luxe fabrics on anything that we offer, any of our brands, be it Baker, Milling Road, McGuire, they all can be graded in and can be used throughout everything that we do. And of course, we also offer them as cut yardage if you want to use them on other vendors' product or in any of your projects. That takes us through Baker Luxe. I hope you enjoyed. Again, I would encourage you to go and check out the video that's on our website. It's really beautiful. Certainly, Sue and David are here to answer any of your questions about Baker Luxe, be it pricing, availability. Do come and see us as we get this new collection installed at the showroom here at the Seattle Design Center. And again, I'm hoping that that will be towards the end of November that we'll have all of our pieces and be able to get them installed. And as things ship, they're trickling onto our floor. And so come see us anytime and we will take you to our new pieces and be able to let you experience them. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And we hope to see you soon and certainly hope to be able to help with any of your projects and are excited about you using the new Baker Luxe collection in those projects. Thanks again. Have a great day.